Hello, everyone, and welcome into your daily card pull. This is for Tuesday, September 12th, and we're going to see what messages are coming through from God, Spirit, the Divine for you. So before we jump into the individual signs, we'll go ahead and take a look at what is the energy for the collective in general right now. So we do have Mercury is coming near the end of retrograde. It's going to go direct on the 15th, so that'll be a nice relief for a lot of people from that heavy energy that's kind of been a little tricky. So let's see what all messages are coming out for the collective. First, we have our Nine of Swords. We have our Two of Pentacles. And we have our Two of Cups. So the twos are about making decisions. So with your Two of Cups, this is kind of like a partnership, companion type of card. Your Two of Pentacles is that you're really trying to make a decision about something, like you're balancing a couple of different things going on. Your Nine of Swords is, there is some anxiety. So it's kind of like there's anxiety about this partnership or this friendship, and you're weighing out what your options are and you're juggling them, but it's causing you some anxiety. So, with this Two of Cups, there is this connection, but you're still trying to figure out what to do about it. For whatever reason, for you, it's causing you some anxiety and putting you in that energy of feeling like you need to make a decision about it. So let's see what exactly that means for each of the sign groupings. Today we will start with our air signs. That's going to be our Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Sorry, all of a sudden my brain just kind of blipped there. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What is happening for you, and how does this message resonate with you? The Hermit. And this came up for you, I think it was yesterday or the day before as well. So this is that self-imposed sense of like isolation, and you're trying to do some deep soul searching and figure out what it is that you need to work on. What is it that you need to do? Especially as we're looking at it with this Nine of Swords. So you have this stress, you have this decision, and your solution to that right now is that you're kind of going into this hermit mode to figure out what you're going to do about whatever this decision is that's on your plate. So let's take a look at some oracle cards and see if we can get a little bit more context for you as to what is going on and what to expect there. The Search. Feeling lost, confused, and lonely. So with that, it's one of those things, and that usually will put you into kind of this hermit mode, into this sense of needing to reflect back and figure out what is your inner wisdom. How are you going to find your place? Oh, this one flipped. Ambush your fear with your ferocious dream. So with that, especially as you're looking at the other cards that came out, like with that Nine of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Two of Cups, with that, you have a decision that you're making. Bravely market your magic. So you have this decision that you're making, and you're trying to figure out what direction you should be going. If it's from a job perspective, maybe you feel like you are having this partnership that's coming out, but you're trying to decide, is that really the path that I want to go on? And you're juggling between two different options. So this ambush your fear with your ferocious dreams. What is it that you're dreaming of doing? How do you market your magic? Everybody has something unique to be able to offer to this world. And it's a matter of how do you get that out there? How do you get that message out there and reach the people that you can help, or people that you should be reaching? Oh, a couple of them started to turn. So, all right. You need to put more effort in. So that's something that it could be a situation where maybe you've been sort of like putting your toe in the water, like, oh, this is what I want to do, but you're not really chasing it. So you're it's like you're raising your hand to the universe saying, yeah, I'd like that. But the universe is saying, no, if you want that, show me you want it. Like, put in the effort, put in a little bit more work, like chase after what it is that you're telling me that you want. So that is the message coming through for our air signs. Let's take a look at what comes through for our fire signs. So that's going to be our Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Ooh, you got a jumper card. And that was the Hermit as well. So apparently you are in Hermit mode. Since that was a jumper, I'll also pull a regular. Hermit and Death. So putting the two of those together, something is coming to an end, or it's on the verge of ending, and you are in this Hermit mode because you're trying to figure out what to do. Like, how should you handle this? But this is, you're in this Nine of Swords, like trauma, anxiety type of energy. So this is something that's been coming for a while, and you've been in a position where you need to make a decision. And with these two cards coming out, it's really the universe is kind of pushing you to that point of being like, all right, you've been sitting in this energy for quite a while. Like, do something about it. So the whole thing of, well, I'm just going to wait until something happens. At some point, the universe is going to keep like kind of crushing in on you until you make a decision. And you do have this Two of Cups here. So you have this happy, harmonious partnership type of like connection, companionship. So you have something out here, and you're still trying to figure out, like, what should I do? I'm anxious and stressed out because I have this decision to make. So go towards the happiness, go towards the Two of Cups that's already out there on your, on your energetic field. All right. Let's see your Gaia card. Winter's End. Regeneration, rebirth, positive outcome. So that is that reminder that death is just a part of the cycle. So something is ending, but you do have that Two of Cups. So keep that in mind. That's that regeneration. That's that rebirth, and that positive outcome is move towards the Two of Cups. There was something that I had seen. It was, I don't know, a page I was following, I think on Facebook or Instagram, something like that. And it was talking about, like, the way to successfully navigate change is putting all of your energy into whatever the new thing is that you're moving towards. Like, stop putting energy into the thing that you're trying to end or the situation that's going away. Just stop putting energy into it and put all of your energy into what's new and what's coming in. And that's the way to kind of successfully navigate it. Because if you're trying too hard and putting too much energy into what's on its way out the door, then you're just prolonging it. What does your soul say? So as you're sitting here in this Two of Pentacles energy going, oh, what do I do? What do I do? Listen to what your soul is saying. That's going to bring you, the end of the winter. That's going to bring you that rebirth, got all this blue around her. Your soul knows what to do. Your soul can feel, and you feel it in your body when you're not in a state of agitation, like when you're not being bombarded by the decisions. If you're juggling between two priorities, when you step away from both of those choices that you're juggling and sit there, alone in the dark, in the quiet, one of them feels better in your body than the other. And that's the one that your soul is telling you to go towards. All right. Things are not as bad as they seem. So this is also that good reminder here with the Death card. Things are not as bad as they seem. There's that tendency to be like, oh my gosh, if something's ending, it must be catastrophic, disastrous, from the Phantom of the Opera. Ooh, a disaster beyond your imagination will occur. It's not as bad as it seems. When you're walking towards the edge of something, the scariest part is when you're getting ready to do it, but before you've actually done it. And I remember that from when I was skydiving. The scariest part was, and this was at the kind of the beginning stages of it, when you're halfway out of the plane, you're not yet holding on to the strut, but it's like that part in between where it's like you have one foot on the step that goes over the wheel, and then like one foot's on the strut. So you're not in the plane, you're not out on the strut. So it's kind of that in between part is the hardest part. Because in your mind it's like, well, what if this? Well, what if this? Well, what if this? So that's the part. Things are not as bad as they seem. Like, push through the transition. So next in our lineup is our earth signs, which is our Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And that is the Wheel of Fortune energy. And actually, since that one jumped, let me pull another one too. So what's happening for you right now is destined and fated. And let's take a look at one more, since that was a jumper card. The Lovers. So something destined and fated involving a romantic relationship. Also, the Lovers is also about making a decision. So there is a decision to be made. This decision is, it's causing you a lot of stress. It is. And so, yes, it involves a partnership. So, for you, earth signs, this is definitely related to a relationship, but know that this is destined and fated. It's causing you a lot of stress as you're going back and forth. Like, what do I do? What do I do? And, it's a decision. So at some point you have to make the decision. If it's stressing you out, if it's not feeling good in your body, then that means that's not your soul's path. So know that if that's what's coming to an end, it's destined and fated that that's what's going to be happening. But let's take a look at some of these other cards and see what else comes up for you. Sacred Earth Mother, a message of love. So that's something that it could be, it could be that you're moving towards a position of love. It could be that a situation with a lover is on its way out the door. Maybe you're trying to decide between two different people. And like we said with the other cards too, or with the fire signs too, it'll feel, what's right for your soul will feel good in your body. It'll feel calm. It'll have a certain sense of peace. Even if there's like, oh, well, there's this and this and this obstacle, there's a sense of it feels right. So make sure you're listening, make sure you're grounding and meditating. Magic happens when you most expect it. So this is kind of going with that manifestation idea that if you're expecting bad things are going to happen. But if you're expecting good things will happen. So something is resolving, and there's definitely this message of love coming through. So that's what's going to be kind of doing away with this Nine of Swords energy and this conflicted energy. All right, let's see what the last card is. I should probably come up with a name for this oracle deck that I've created. This one came up. No one cares, quit your whining. And so that one came about when it was something, and I had been talking to someone about this, and it's just like having that sudden realization of nobody, everybody has that friend that just every time they talk to them, it's like, oh my gosh, or that person, whether it's a friend, love partner, family member, that every time you talk to them, it's just like, woe is me, and things are so bad, and blah, 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 blah. And so I ended up coming up with this, and I realized I was in a pity party cycle. This was a while ago, and I came up with this whole, no one cares, quit your whining. And I had that as my screensaver, as a reminder on my phone for a little while that, sometimes talking about it doesn't necessarily help, because that's the message that, that's the energy you're putting out into the universe. It's, oh, woe is me, woe is me. So this whole thing of magic happens when you expect it. Like, say good things, have positive affirmations. I'm not saying ignore if life is totally terrible, but stop focusing on the bad and focus on the good. So that was the message for earth signs. Let's take a look at our water signs. So that's going to be our Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, the Tower. So that's what's coming in for you for today. And this is, going along with this decision, something's stressing you out and you're weighing this decision, which means that the Tower is actually a good sign, because to have that sense of being like stressed out and anxious means that this has been a decision that's been weighing on you for a while. So it's not like, oh, hey, something just came up yesterday. It's been weighing on you for a while. And the fact that there's a Tower means that you're making a decision, or that there's some resolution to this Two of Pentacles. You're being torn in two different directions. Something's ending. So that means that you're going to get some relief. You're going to get some closure and moving on with whatever that cycle is, whatever that lesson is. Let's take a look at our Gaia cards. Zen Garden, Inner Sanctuary. So with the Tower coming in, that means you're going to end up having a sense of peace. You're able to let go of something, and you're able to kind of move forwards there. So that's good. That Tower will ultimately bring you some peace. All right, let's see what our Sacred Creator card comes up. Sacred Mirrors. So this is about having your energy kind of reflected back on you. So it's like with the earth signs, magic happens when you most expect it. And like I said, with with that no one cares, quit your whining type of thing, like this Sacred Mirrors, if you're putting out positivity and high vibration energy out there, like, so something's ended, but focus on the part that's staying. Focus on the direction that you're moving towards, and it'll reflect, like the universe will reflect back positive outcomes, positive energy, positive experiences for you. This one. Remember, you chose this lesson. Some of these are kind of hard to read, so I'm trying to hit them in certain light so you can actually see them. But this, remember, you chose this lesson. It's this idea that, and actually, look at how beautifully all of these go together, color-wise. So it's that idea that before you incarnate, you choose kind of some of the experiences that you want to have in this lifetime. And so you chose that this was a certain lesson, whether it was a lesson on forgiveness or patience or whatever. So you chose those lessons. So when you're struggling with, oh, why is this happening? Or, with this Tower, why is this Tower happening? You chose these lessons, and this is the way the universe is mirroring those lessons, or like giving those lessons to you to learn. So it's as tough as it is, sometimes it's a matter of that nod of gratitude of, okay, thank you for teaching me this lesson. Let me incorporate it and figure out how to move forward. So I hope you found today's message to be helpful. And as always, take only what resonates and leave the rest behind. So I will be doing probably either today, tomorrow, hopefully not too far into the rest of the week, doing the individual sign readings for the second half of September. So make sure you hit the subscribe and notification bell so that you can be alerted when those post, as well as there's a kind of a smattering of other card readings that have been going on as well. So make sure to check those out. And as always, I wish you peace and joy along your journey. Until next time, bye-bye.